Welcome to more league racing on the channel and the finale of World Online Racing this season. We go to Japan for Suzuka, an absolutely historic race. Now the previous episode you can see here in the background, Jeddah, go watch it, link in the top right as always. It was an absolutely chaotic race and a lot happened, and there was a late safety car. And it was a bit of a dirty race, so go watch it. Honestly, it was pretty insane. It had a bit of everything, and generally, it was one of the dirtier races of the season, along with Bahrain, the race before that. Now, we arrive at this one in the championship, currently 18th. You can see we scored points in Jeddah, P9, so a couple of points for us after post-race penalties, and I want to try and get on a high and score points in this last race and hopefully try and maybe break into the top 15 if possible. So that's going to be the objective in this one, and hopefully we can achieve it. We're going to have to try and get a top 6 or top 5 to get that, so that's going to be pretty ambitious. But anyway, we're going to give it a crack and see how we get on. So guys, if you're going to enjoy today's video, then smash the like button and let's try and smash over 1,000 likes. Subscribe for more, and let's get this underway as we begin with qualifying. Now, going into this, I was massively struggling for pace. I made a setup change about an hour before, opting for a more race-proof setup, and it was really affecting my single lap pace. Why can't I take that flat? I swear everyone else does. Now, a big reason for that was just because of the wings. I was running a bit more of a balanced configuration, and it did mean the car was reasonably stable but not very quick. Didn't cut the second apex enough. Also, I was actually genuinely struggling for pace here as well. Now, my PB going into this is a 127.2, so we're currently 2/10 off that, and no surprise, shock, last place. Anyway, we're going to get this second attempt underway in qualifying. I know where there's time to be found, so we're going to try and hook it up straight away.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Out of turn 2 into the S section, we start to really hook it up. I run it in 5th gear instead of 6th, and it seems to find us quite a fair bit of time, so we actually have a very strong first sector, one of my better ones, if not my best. We actually set a respectable time at the split, albeit a 10th off in 16th. Also bottoming out there through the second Degner, which is going to hurt us a little bit for lap time. Through the hairpin, we miss the apex, but we carry good corner speed and we get a reasonable exit, so we do pull back a little bit of lap time as we now make our way up to Spoon Curve. Down a gear and then another one as we get a bit loose on the back end. Try to avoid the inside curve through the second part of Spoon, but we lose another half a tenth there on the second apex as we now make our way down the straight into the 130R, and then of course the Casio triangle as we go flat through there. We're going to try and straight line brake at the 100, down to 3rd, bump over the curbs and short shift to 4th on the way out and try to keep the car tight to the right, but we lose a little bit more time again. There's a PB. It's something. So we know there's more time, even though it's a PB. I can probably do a 26 because my sector 1 was near enough a PB, but there's little bits of time in Degner 2, last sector Spoon as well. Right, we've already done a PB, so anything more is a bonus. But that's the mindset to have. So here we go, getting our final attempt underway, finding time down the pit straight as we head into 1 and 2, trying to maintain that corner speed as we get a bit loose on the exit. Now then into the S's, the car just fighting, but we're finding time, but we have a bit of a snap there which just cost us some time, but we pull it back again, and heading up through Dunlop we find over another 10th in the first sector, so we're putting it together. And that was my best first sector ever, so really decent stuff. Degner 2, I ran it in a bit deeper, not as bad as last time as we find even more time. Oh, I caught the grass, I don't believe it. Lap over. Oh, I'm making all the wrong adjustments. Nah, it's done. and unfortunately we just clipped the grass in the braking zone into the hairpin with the front right, and we went from being, you know, almost 10th and a half up to being a 10th and a half down, so a 3/10 swing in one corner. And yeah, I was just trying to go for broke now and going full send through this final part of the lap. To be fair, we absolutely nailed the last chicane, and there was definitely a bit more time there, as you can see, but unfortunately we miss out. There was a lot more time in that as well. I do think 3/10 more was probably what I had in the tank. So looking at the gaps, there's a bit of a margin between 16th and 17th there of over a 10th of a second. So I reckon I would have landed somewhere in between Keanu Luthold and Daniel Gottschalk. So yeah, that would have been our best effort and our best time. And to be fair, from that point on, it was extremely close and the gaps were really tight. So it would have been, you know, right on the money in terms of what everybody else is doing pace-wise. In the end, though, because we messed up the last lap so badly, we finished last by quite some way. So yeah, a bit of a shame to do that last lap because there was really a lot of pace there, but we just couldn't quite show or deliver, and that was quite a painful mistake to make. So yeah, a poor qualifying as we now jump into the last race of the season. Right, let's get to it. Hard tyres for the majority of the grid. A couple of medium runners sprinkled here and there as we get the 5 lights, and we're underway for the final time in this season's WOR Championship. We get a good start, getting the inside line on Alessandro Finn. Heading into the first 2 corners, we're just going to keep the car tight as Alessio Di Capua, who returns after Jeddah, has a horror show over turn 2, and we lose momentum as Alessandro, his countryman, just forces him off track, so we go straight through. That was an interesting move there. Italian on Italian. Friendly fire. Sketchy, sketchy, sketchy. It's definitely getting a bit aggressive. You can't win a race on the first lap, but you can certainly lose it, and seems like the Italians are doing a pretty good job of trying to achieve that on this opener, as now Alessio goes up the inside. Alessandro takes out Daniel. Right, come on everyone, let's just get our act together, shall we? Cannot win a race on the first lap. And again, it just seems a bit like in Jeddah, we're getting caught up with the bad end, or the short end of the stick with the lap 1 incidents, and we're losing time. That curb's a killer, man. Had to get right out of that. Right, Alessio had no wing in Jeddah last race. I feel like I'm a bit on the lower side today. Oh, hang about. Now you can see I was looking for a move on Alessandro, but Alessio again seems to be a bit shallow on wing and has good straight line speed. He goes through on both of us, but we set up the exit and the switchback to try and re-challenge. Now with DRS enabled, we'll get that next time around. We have a bit more battery than Alessio, so we do get back in front into turn 1 behind Alessandro. This guy's a bit of a terrorist. But Alessio just won't give it up. He tries to re-challenge into turn 2, and his driving standards, which were horrific in Jeddah, are on show again today. With illogical racecraft and, you know, stupid moves. As Alessandro makes a mistake, we go through. I take a tight line, but he still tries to send it back up the inside. So today, it seems the Italians are feeling very aggressive. In a bit, mate. Of course, the Kappa gets through. Alright, the Kappa's going to get me here. I've got no battery, so go ahead, pal. Now, that's the only downside of me trying to pass Alessandro and defend from Alessio, is that I left myself a bit short-changed on battery. So we've got nothing to really defend with here. Oh, that's on me. I locked the fronts there. Contact physics causing that. Oh, I'm going to go backwards again. Fuck this game. All the hard work, trying to overtake everyone for nothing.
P14's on mediums, Tom.
Everybody else on hards?
No, there's the top 2 are on mediums and P7's on mediums.
We'll burn and drop Alessio here, or Alessandro, sorry. So a bit of a scruffy patch there. We had some contact chicane. That was on me for locking up, and we're back down to last ahead of Alessandro on the road. One less car to worry about. Now we successfully dropped him, burning batteries in the second part of the lap, so it's one less car to worry about, so we can turn our focus to the cars ahead. Now, speaking of which, Di Capua started to gap Mark Schluter a bit, who also had those screen freezes going on, so I was a bit worried about the train braking. I just followed Mark there. I was kind of looking at him as I took that corner. Everyone's just struggling though with the back end of the car. Massively. No rear instability at all. The tyre wear looks okay. Alright, come on Daniel. Gotta get moving it. Gotta get moving. We gotta get moving now. The train's getting away. Now for me it was really hard to get through here. We got to a full charge, but these two weren't going to let me go. Gotta burn, Daniel. Gotta burn. Come on. Now, usually, when you're working together, you pass a car on the pit straight with DRS, you get the slingshot, and you burn all of your battery on that lap, and then the car behind recharges, he passes you on the next one, and vice versa. So, you know, back and forth basically every single lap. Now, I could see that wasn't happening here, so I took matters into my own hands, looking to try and get in between these guys. The issue is, I'm burning everything to get ahead of Schluter, which is really going to hurt me, but we get it massively wrong here. Wow. Fucking hell. I let off the brake. Car just didn't want to give up on the lockup. The Capua justified his shit driving by staying with the train, so that's the difference. And that ultimately was a key point. The Capua kept up, we fell back, and we're now losing DRS. Just like in Jeddah, we are dropping from the train, and it's going to be very hard to catch back up because we're just not running at a strong enough pace, and they don't really want to work together at this stage as cars pit. Wow, Jay's in already off the hard tyre? I'd like to just get to the front of this train and try and pull for a bit, but they're not going to let me. Like with Schluter before, made me burn all my battery, and then all for nothing really. Even though I was got a pass, I would have had no battery to do anything. So just doomed to be stuck here. Although that might help. That might give us a bit of breathing room. Schluter sped out of the race. There we go. This race is done. Absolutely done. I kind of just want Daniel to pit, really. I'm just going to drive and go long. Like, really long. Lap 17 or something. Now, more cars pitting. Schluter, of course, came in. And we're now behind Daniel Gottschalk. So finally, I'm going to get a chance to run the pace a bit and see what I can do. But you can see Alessio is 6 seconds up the road. So this is going to be a bit too far gone, a bit too late. And we're not really going to get the chance to make some inroads here.
We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums.
Take the line, man. I'm letting you have the racing line. Oh, fucking hell. I thought he was going to go for it there. I stopped using battery because he was going to try and pass me. I give up. No one wants to seem to work with me here today. Just been hanging out to dry in the cold. Alright, come on, pal, let's go. Alright, I was going to let you have the racing line, but no, not you, mate. You can stay back there. So we let Gottschalk go. The gap now is 7 seconds to the Capua as we just keep losing time and we're just not running fast enough. I'm also not quick enough myself. I'm going long, Leroy. If you're on a box, just go ahead.
In this lap, push now.
I'm just going to circulate. Lap 17 or so. It's been one of the harsher races for like getting dropped. I thought it would be one of the easy ones, like to catch back up because there's only one DRS zone, but it's actually the opposite. That back straight must really hurt in terms of no slipstream. So basically, we're going to drag this out, go long. Leroy's also staying out long in P7. You can see 9 seconds now is the gap, but we're on our own, running our own pace, which is good. As Grob retires.
Okay, safety car deployed. Safety car's been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace.
We get an early Christmas present as Ryan Grob retires, causing a safety car, and because we went long, we are going to get a cheap stop onto the mediums, sticking to our strategy, but we're going to gain in the process as we leapfrog cars and gain on the net delta. So, where do we rejoin on this one?
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Looks like P11. Possibly more cars to pit up ahead.
The top 7 are going to pit, so then it's 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th. But the guy in 9th is on used hards.
So suddenly, we're in the driving seat. 2 cars pit, the rest are sticking it out or have partially used tyres, which aren't very old. So we're P9 on this one, Leroy's P7, so we're on for some excellent points here. The only issue is, we've got the 2 Italians, ahead and behind. So that could cause trouble like at the start of this race. Alright, one last time. Alhamdulillah. There we go. Anyway, underway then for the race restart. Into the first few corners. Just going to see what the conditions are like, how the car feels. And we're going to see if we can try and hopefully stick with the pace. I've not been particularly quick in this one, to be honest. It's not been one of my stronger races, but we've kept our car in it. We've not going to damage no track limit warnings. So yeah, even if I'm quicker than Alessio, I'm not going to pass him. It's in my best interest to probably not battle with him based off the last 2 races. As long as we keep it clean, only 1 track limit warning to my name, we should be fine. Main thing here is just trying to stay in the race. Now, Alessio began. And there's Alessio, hitting my teammate, of course. Classic Alessio. Oh, I'm fine. Don't want to get involved in the championship fight too much. Alessio began causing chaos. Now, Joris Krozen got caught out by the safety car. He's battling for the championship. His rival's P1, so I don't want to get involved, so I happily let him go. He's also just a hell of a lot quicker than me, so it makes no sense to battle him. Now, up ahead, Alessio got ahead of Leroy, so he goes ahead. I bet Alessio causes a break in the train, just like in the first stint. Let's see if I'm right. I don't like this arrangement. I don't want to attack Leroy. He's quicker than me. He's been quicker than me all weekend. Alessio's making it awkward. And obviously Joris is going for the championship, so don't want to fight this too much. Cheers for the hit. Appreciate it. I got a burner being pressured here by Jay. So this is a really awkward scenario. Leroy's been quicker. I don't want to attack him.
I'm just trying to save us a lot.
JC's got 26.
And we're now being attacked by Jay. As you can hear, the battery on his end is pretty low. Good info. We're going to use that to quickly leapfrog and get back through. You saw him flashing, so we move back in front. Good info, cheers. But right now, we need to try and get to the end.
Oh, yep. Alessio ain't gonna make it easy.
No, that's what I'm waiting for.
Oh, Alessio just killed. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He's giving Joris damage.
He's giving me damage as well.
Oh no, I got lucky there. I don't know, I might have like very slight, but
I've got yellow.
to be fair, I don't know if I can. I'm gonna have to get that back. To be fair, I don't think I can pass Gabriel. Fuck it, last race. I'll go for it. I'm gonna commit. So, Alessio gave damage to championship contender Joris Krozen and my teammate Leroy Brown, whose bad luck has just been horrific this year. So, we're gonna have to push on without him.
I won't fight you.
Okay, I've only got 30%. Oh my god, what is this guy doing?
You need to just kill Joris again.
Terrorist. JST's probably going to carve through, so yeah, cheers. Unlucky, man. Stick with it.
Oh my god, he just lagged right behind me. What?
Who?
Jay, he just lagged 6 tenths behind, in front, up towards me. Oh, he's at the wall. What?
I don't know, man. I don't know what's happening now. This race is going crazy. Oh, wait, what? What's happened here? Okay, delayed VSC.
VSC.
Ben Marples has got damage in the McLaren. What's happening this race?
I don't know, the whole lobby's just got laggy as fuck.
He had to finish ahead of Julian. Well, he had to finish within 1 position of Julian. Julian's leading.
Oh, more damage. More damage.
Maintain your pace until we get the green flags. VSC ending. Wait for the greens. Okay, clear.
So a brake check on the VSC restart causes damage for Ben Marples up ahead. I have no idea what's happening now. Oh my god, I'm getting scared, man. And there just seems to be a bit of lag in the lobby because, you know, you saw Schluter before, now Joris lagging back and forth, the VSC delay. The lobby's a bit bugged out, so we're just trying to get to the end here. Now, Joris damage, Ben damage. I'm trying to crack on and catch the top 5. We know Alessio's probably going to get a post-race penalty for his antics throughout this race, so that will be also an extra position for us to pick up. So you can see here, Joris just lagging. So we try and go for the move to just try and get in front and get some clean air. I can't, that lag's making me feel very uneasy. It probably wasn't an optimal move. I tried to push and break away, but he kept up. And now he's going to have DRS onto the last lap. I use everything, but he's got momentum, so he goes through and goes back in front on lap 27. Oh no, Leroy. Leroy unfortunately retires from the race, so it's on us to try and bring the points home. I've kept my battery charged, so my objective now is to get P6. Joris can't win the championship anymore. I'm scared to get this close to the slipstream. Hence why we're going to go for the move, because Julian Klaffenbach is going to win the race and the title. So this is, oh my god, fucking hell, all up for grabs as there's more lag on the apex of 130R. Oh, fair play, Joris, well done. I'm just a bit shit. You'll never see a more fraudulent P7 in your life. P7 that became P5 as there were post-race penalties handed out, mainly to Alessio Di Capua, but yeah, also a few others ahead. Crucially though, P5, my best finish of the season, and I can't believe how it happened, but you know what, we'll take it, and that's a huge result for us. Julian Klaffenbach wins the championship. Joris had to win. He got caught up in the chaos, and of course Alessio gave him damage, so that put an end to that. And had we managed to get Joris without that bit of lag, which, you know, made it hard to get through, we could have maybe got P4, but in the end, I'm not complaining. P5, excellent result. Very, very happy with that. 10 huge points, and that does mean in the championship we jump into the top 15 as I hoped. We finish in 14th place, and we finish a season which actually was pretty decent. I've had a few races where I've struggled for pace, but I've always managed to find my way into the points, and really, I'll flash up the footage on screen now, but we missed out on the points in Austria in P11 by 0.034, and that cost me a couple of tenths, and now suddenly that's given him a chance to have a go. We try to get the switchback though through the final corner to come out on top. Penalties ahead, cars dropping, but we don't quite get it. And in Bahrain, we was on for P9 until the last lap when we got caught up with Richard Sprogis at the last corner. So, oh, hang about. Oh, I just can't do anything. I can't go anywhere. It really could have been a season where we'd score points in every single race. So actually, one of my better seasons in terms of consistency of always finding a way into the top 10. In the Constructors, we finished in 8th. Unfortunately, neither I or Leroy got any podiums or big results, which didn't really help us in the grand scheme of things. So, yeah, a low-key P8, but hopefully we did enough to maybe try and stay in F2 next season and fight again. And yeah, I want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. So like the video, subscribe. Hopefully you enjoyed the season, and we'll hopefully be back soon. As always, a big shout out to the members of my channel for supporting the videos, supporting the content. As always, you guys are always there. Also on screen now, you're going to have more League Racing content or co-op content. Go check it out and give it a watch. But yeah, guys, cheers for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one very soon. Until then, take care, and that's goodbye from me.